This is Donnielle Kirkland. I'm here today with a New York-based screenwriter, film producer, entertainment attorney, and a Lincoln University alum, Mr. Baraka Scott. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Good to be doing this interview. Before we start the interview, can you tell our listeners a few things about yourself?
Well, yeah, I'm Baraka Scott. I am a class of 1995 here at Lincoln University, and I am, as you said before, a screenwriter and film producer and an entertainment lawyer. Actually, right now we are promoting and launching a brand new action-adventure multimedia franchise, the Mighty Magical Majestics, which is a multicultural, very hip, cool animation project that myself and my writing partner, Donnielle Williams, put together. And we're here at Lincoln University to launch our college tour. We're actually doing a special presentation for all the college students about images of race and gender in American media.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. So, are you starting off here today?
Yeah, actually, the kickoff for everything. Lincoln is the root for me. A lot of the life lessons that I have learned, having the confidence to leave a successful law practice and venture out as a screenwriter and a producer. I got that confidence from the lessons that I learned while here at Lincoln. So it's only fitting that I come back to Lincoln now that this project that we've put more than 4 years into is actually ready to launch this year. It's only right that we come back and show Lincoln the love in a real way. You know, we got a lot of love. People say they got love, but we got to show how much love we got. So yeah.
So while you were here at Lincoln, what was your major?
Well, I was a psych major. I did psych and economics, actually, so I had an interesting sort of mix, the business component as well as some of the more abstract thinking and whatnot, and I think that's actually how I ended up getting into the animation and the entertainment. Was I have that business mind, and I also have a creative and artistic sort of flair. So
that's good. So you was majoring in psych, and then you went on into the TV side and like all the media. So like I know you're the creator of the Majestic comic book. Where did all your ideas come from? Well,
what I create from a family base. The three main characters in the Mighty Magical Majestics are based on my son, my niece, and my nephew, actually. So that's where the genesis of it started. And then I also am a big fan of African American and ancient history. So there's a family component there where the characters are family members. They're actually cousins, and the way they look is based on my son and my nieces and nephews. And then there's also a very strong historical family arc to the entire story, where our characters, they trace their lineage back to pre-dynastic Egypt.
Oh wow!
So yeah, part of it is we're trying to. I mean, we're trying to bring something, I think, to the world that hasn't been done before. You know, on the level of Star Wars and Harry Potter, with telling our story big, which is something that as a film fan, as an animation fan, I always wanted to see. I want to see our stories done just as big and just as nice and proper as everyone else's story. So that's what this project is about. That's what the Majestics is about. The Majestics, it's big.
Yeah, I know. Well, you just got into my question just now. I was about to ask you. In today's entertainment, it seems like the main course of African American is portrayed in a different way. How is the African American portrayed in your comic book? And what do you want the audience to get out of this comic book?
Well, that's a great question. One of the things that I have noticed in my studies and research is that there are certain images that are pushed and portrayed more than others when it comes to African American characters. So first and foremost, what we want a diversity of images of African Americans to begin with. That we're all not one way or one thing. We don't all look alike. We all don't talk alike. We all don't think alike. So first and foremost, that there's a broad array. There's a spectrum there, first and foremost. And then also, once you get a little bit deeper, that within that spectrum, that it's all beautiful and it's wonderful. I think part of what happens is when you minimize the images, is that people tend to get demeaned. the images, a lot of the images seem to be negative.
Yeah, not
and
positive.
And bottom of the totem pole. Whatever it is, it's always junior. It's always the sidekick. Even if it's whatever it is, it's not. The example I always use is the homecoming king, captain of the football team. You know, that when people think that, when they think that in their heads, when they think who's the leader, who's number one, who's the captain, who's the general, who's the president, right? What's the image that immediately comes to mind? Or even for some other people, when they think, what does God look like? What's the image that initially comes to mind? So for us, what the Mighty Magical Majestics is about recalibrating what's called a visual register, getting images in people's heads so that they see themselves as godlike.
That's awesome, because like your comic right now, you're talking to me, and I haven't read one yet, but I know I want to read one now because I feel as though I'm gonna learn something from it, and I'm gonna be entertained by it.
Well, yeah, edutainment. That's interesting. The whole idea of is nothing wrong with being entertained and also getting some insight out of it. That's what we're definitely pushing for. This is entertainment, and we recognize that, giving people something hot, because if it's not hot, it's not going to fly. Like I said before, I'm an entertainment lawyer, so I know the business angle of it inside and out. It's got to make dollars. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. But at the same time, you should be able to get something out of it, and that's what really we feel like is going to keep bringing people back, is that not only are they going to come and get a great story and get a thrill and see something new and different, but oh, wait a minute, we dropped another little jewel in there for them. There was another little gem in there somewhere else in there that they got as well about ancient Kemet, or about the history of African peoples in this country and native peoples in this country. So many other things, the mound culture up and down the Mississippi River. I mean, there's a million different things, a million different directions we're going in with the project.
That's awesome. I know that Comic-Con is coming up. Will you be in attendance?
We actually launched at Comic-Con in 2010.
Wow.
We had a tremendous, thank you. We had a great reaction, great response to that. And we are actually the featured presentations this year, October 31st through November 5th at Anime Carib in Trinidad. So what we are doing this year is we're going global and international with the franchise. We're launching an animated music video with a digital comic book and a music digital download. So not only is the property breaking ground as far as what it is, but the manner in which we're introducing it into the marketplace is different. We're going digital with it, and there's an animated video, and we're doing it from an area that people wouldn't necessarily think of first when they think of animation. We're doing it in Trinidad, in the Caribbean, and we're anticipating a great response to that project, to that launch.
Okay, so your comic, will it be sold, like this sold on the East Coast, or this sold all throughout the U.S.?
No, we're looking to. It is in stores on the East Coast and in some stores, bookstores on the West Coast. At this point, we are looking to actually also get the comic book into less traditional outlets as well. So you're going to find it at a barbershop or a hair salon near you, where people wouldn't necessarily see another comic book. We feel that this particular property is going to do well in those places as well. We're trying to get it into as many different places within the community as possible, in addition to the traditional places where you could go to your local comic book store and get it. But for us, it's very important to make sure that the community recognizes that this was created for them, and all of those places that they normally frequent, you're going to find it there as well. So at this point, we have available distributorships for throughout the country, local regional distributorships to place the comic books in all of the local barbershops, all the local hair salons, the local corner stores, the bodegas, everywhere where the brothers and sisters just normally frequent, who wouldn't necessarily go to a comic book store. We want them to be able to go on into their local stores and see every month the new edition of Mighty Magical Majestics on the stands right there for them.
That's awesome. That's really awesome, because it gives like the African American community a better depth into where we can find like comics about ourselves, because usually you don't find these comics about African Americans being portrayed in a positive way anywhere. So we want to thank you for doing that.
Well, yeah, I got this from Lincoln. I mean, really, this is
got the pride in them.
This is Lincoln. Lincoln put a lot into me, so whatever comes out of me comes definitely in addition to my family, comes from the 4 years that I spent here at Lincoln. So.
That's awesome. I know tonight you will be speaking at the 2011 Homecoming Assembly. What can the students expect from you tonight?
They're going to expect entertainment and excitement, some interesting visuals, very interesting visuals, a lot of information, and a couple of jewels in there. I think we're gonna start to, people say, connect the dots. We're going to start to connect the dots with some of the visual imagery over the past 100 plus years of American media images. So a lot of what you and I were just talking about, we're going to start to marry up some of the images to go along with that story.
That's awesome. I know that you are this big creator of this Majestic comic book, but what's next for you and for the Majestic comic book series?
Like I said, the Anime Carib is October 31st.
Yes. And
that we're launching, the first single is called World Music. So it's a great animation music video, plus the digital download. And coming up after that, we're doing an animated web series, which is going to be launched on thegrio.com, which is an NBC Universal affiliate. So essentially those are 3-minute animated web episodes that you'll be able to see on the internet, download to your iPods, things like that. Again, in a very interesting format that we're introducing the platform in. The comic books, monthly comic books as well, online and in stores, digital comic book and in store. And then after that, television and beyond.
Wow.
So the next set coming up, though, definitely is the music videos. We're really excited about that, and the animated web series. We're very excited about that.
So you're not slowing down. You're just getting better and better as time goes on, as I can tell.
Oh no, yeah, this is huge. This is a tidal wave, and it's coming. It's a force of nature.
I know. Well, my next question is for you. For all of our students out here want to find more about you, is there a website about the comic book?
Absolutely. It's www.mightymajestics.com. That's www.mightymajestics.com. MIGHTYMAJESTICS.com.
Well, you heard it here first. This is Donnielle Kirkland on WWLU 88.7 Lincoln University, PA.